Hello, everybody. Welcome to Creating Cards with Debbie. I want to welcome you here today. This is going to be a live, not live recording today, so I apologize for not being here. And I still want to see your comments, so please comment when you come on and talk about where you're from or anything that's on your mind. So, anyway, like I said, I'm Creating Cards with Debbie, and I want to welcome you here today. And let me show. Um, if you want to shop any items today, you can go into my store and shop any paper products that you may need for your crafting needs. And it is scrolling across the bottom of the screen right now. It says www.debbiefoster.stampinup.net. So you can go there and shop for anything that you may be wanting, including the kit that we're using today, which is on the last chance area. And I'll talk about that in just a moment. And if you need to email me, you can reach me at creatingwithdebbie179@gmail.com. And everything else, all my other information is in the description of the video. So I'm going to go ahead and turn us around here and get started. And we're going to be brief on our intro today. So let me take that back away. All right. Like I said, today's item is going to be found in the last chance. Let me turn my camera around here. That might help a little bit. Instead of looking at me. There we go. Okay, so shop last chance products. And my screen is a little bit blurry for some reason. I don't know why. Hopefully it's better on your end of the screen. All right, so shop last chance products available only while supplies last. And today's is going to be the Layered Landscapes kit. And it's still showing kind of blurry, but maybe you can see it. I hold it up here a little bit better. Maybe it'll focus in. Okay. This is, do you long for the great outdoors but don't actually want to go outdoors? Then the Layered Landscapes kit is perfect for you. DIY lovely home decor with this unique kit that includes 4 7 1/8 inch by 7 1/8 inch by 3/4 inch frames and pre-cut paper pieces. You can either stand the frames up on their included easels or hang them on your wall. Either way, your house guests are going to sure love your artwork. Okay, this kit comes in this box here. And you can see it's pretty buffy. Okay, kit includes pre-designed projects, step-by-step instructions, pre-cut pieces, no prep work, get right to crafting, 4 white frames, and enough adhesive to complete the projects. And you can add some of your own if you'd like to. Okay, and then you can use the box afterwards for storage of any of your crafting goods or whatever you want to use it for. Kits by Stampin' Up! Are perfect for new crafters, busy crafters, or crafters who want quick, easy projects. All-inclusive project kits have everything you need in one box. Give as a gift or try them for yourself. Kits are while supplies last. And so let's dig into our box here. And let me see which side opens here. So pull this up. I'm just going to take everything out of the box here because my camera's not allowing me to have everything underneath it at the same time. Oh, and like I said, this was on the last chance. And it started out at $25 and it is now marked down to $20. So here's your 4 frames. And we need to cut that apart. So I'll take paper snips here and we're going to snip that plastic right off of there. Maybe. I didn't have my Wheaties this morning. I'm kind of weak, I guess. Gotta do some more snipping. Get that plastic off of there. All right. And get the plastic. So it has 4 little frames here, you can see, and they're not cheap quality, they're good quality frames. We're going to set the frames aside. And we're going to dig into our packaging. Looks like that's our instructions that are on the top. Let's pull all that apart. Get our instructions. Yep, looks like the instructions to me. And a little cardboard for keeping them. We've got some mini glue dots. Some strips of dimensionals. They're the strips. And we've got 2 pages of those. And we've got some matting for the frames. And all of our gorgeous papers here. I don't want to mix them up because I think they might go in order somehow. So I'm just going to leave those like as is. Oops, that one is on the back side. All right, let's bring our instructions over here and see what we need to do. I haven't done one of these before, so I'm going to be learning as we go. It says Layered Landscapes Kit Instructions. So here we have our first one. And it's picture instructions, so there's no reading, so that's kind of good. You can see. All right. So it looks like, and I apologize for reaching. Maybe I ought to put them over on this side so you're not looking at my arms. Move some things away here. So it looks like we need okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Well, that one doesn't look like number 1, does it? Let me just look at these real quick, make sure I'm doing the right pages. Okay, it looks like this is probably number 3. Okay, I guess we better start with number 3, otherwise we're going to get our papers mixed up here. No. Looks like this one, and this one. Okay. I'm not sure what those are, but we're going to start out with this one. We're going to start out with number 3. The instructions for number 3. There's 2. There's 3. All right. Now I think we've got it together. All right, so we're going to start out with this layer. And this will go on there next. And it's showing that we're using the dimensional strips. So we're going to turn this over and peel off some of those strips. And it's showing it right about there. And again, there. Oops. I need to move this one over. I'm going to butt them right up against the edge. And This one fit there then? Yeah. Okay. And then we're going to do 3 layers of these, 1 on each side. And 2 more at the bottom. Okay. All right. Oh, that one. And then we're going to take the next one, which would be this one. Sit on there. And this one here. We're still missing some here. This isn't looking right to me. No, this one doesn't go there. Well, these are the desert looking ones. Well, I am totally confused here. 1, 2, 3. I think I'm missing one. No, this isn't right. 1, 2, 3, 4. I'm going to scrub this. Okay, I think I've got this figured out now. I apologize for that delay. So we're going to start out with number 1. I was on number 3 before, so ignore that one for now. This is number 1. So we're going to start out with the background here. And we're going to add this next layer, but we're going to put our dimensionals behind there. And whoops, leave that there for now. Turn this over and add our strips. So one goes right there. And whoops. And 2 more, one at the bottom left and another one at the right side bottom. And I think I'm going to snip this one off. It kind of is hanging over a little bit. There's a couple there hanging over. I'm just going to snip those off. Okay. This will go here. So I guess I can start attaching them as I go. So let's pull these backings off. I should have my trash can over here. All right, so we're going to position that at the bottom. So it gives it like a 3D dimension. It's pretty cool. All right, then our next layer. Turn this over so I go right. Okay, we have this layer next, and that's going to go on dimensionals also. So we're going to turn that over. Grab our dimensionals. And we're placing one over here on this side, right side, and the center. And two across the bottom. And I'm just going to trim off that excess. You can see it kind of hangs over a little bit. So we're just going to snip that off with our scissors. All right, then that's going to go next. Pull those strips off again. And that goes along the bottom edge. Line that up. This is really looking cool. I don't know if you can see the dimension 3D effect. Get rid of my trash. And next layer will go on top of that. And we're using dimensionals on that one also. Well, that is showing a little different. Okay, that's right. Our dimensionals again. Put one right here. And then two along the bottom. And pull those backings off of our dimensionals. I've had this kit for some time, but I hadn't put it together, so I figured today's a good time to do it. All right, and then we've got one more, which is this smaller piece. It's pretty cool. All right, grab us 3 more here. I'm going to start with the bottom layer first. Put that down. And I'm going to put one at the top, kind of kitty corner. And I grab my old paper snips here. I'm getting glue all over my good scissors. So I'm going to switch scissors on it. Trim that off. And so go across the bottom edge. That is pretty. Look at all that dimension. The camera's not showing it real well. All right. So let's put this first one in our frame. And I'm going to just bend all these up. I like it said, you can either hang it or stand it on a table. All right, then I think we put one of these mats in there first. And then we drop our picture in there. Make sure our hook is at top. And put it back together here. Isn't there? Well, I guess there's no glass or nothing on the front, so it's just open. You can't really tell. It's really pretty. Gives all the dimension. I was thinking that it had a glass over it, but it doesn't. No, I'm not seeing it anywhere. Okay, very pretty. And then you can stand it up or hang it up. So there's number 1. Let's go on to our number 2. And this one looks like New Mexico, I think, when we've driven through there. We'll start with this one. And this one's going to go on top. And get my instructions here, so we're looking at the right one. Bring our dimensionals back over here. And we're going to put one across this area. And there. There. And another one at the bottom. And again, I'm going to turn that over, snip off that excess dimensional. Stampin' Up! It's really got a lot of kits to choose from, so you might want to go into our kit section and check those out. They were good for gifts or to take with you on a vacation, camping, or whatever. And if you just want something to do, the kits everything's in there for you, so you don't have to worry about gathering up supplies. All right, then this one, I'll add our dimensionals again. And these go just in the center, 2 rows. And I'm going to snip off that excess again. Put those off. Let's bring that down, line it up at the bottom and sides. And this one next. And this takes 2 rows of the dimensional strips. And snip off just a little bit right there. There's no stamping with this kit, just assembling it. And the last one on there just has the 2 rows again. And put that at the bottom, lining up the sides and the bottom. Oh, I like that. Looks so realistic, doesn't it? All right, and I'll get our next frame and put that in there. And pushing up these little tabs. Oops, we need to put the mat in there first. And make sure our picture is going the right direction, not upside down or anything. And what am I catching on? There we go. And push our tabs back in. I got a paper cut on the end of my finger. It's kind of sore, so I'm kind of watching so I don't poke it, make it worse. All right, isn't that gorgeous? I love it, I love it, I love it. Very pretty. So that's number 2. All right, let's go with number 3. And that was the first one that I was stumped on. So let's try this again. All right, so got our first layer and our second layer. I've already put the dimensionals on. So we're going to go ahead and pull those backings off of those and attach that. And one more. There we go. And then our next layer is this one. And let me get to my instructions here. Number 3. Dimensional strips. And do that one. We're on this one. Okay. So looks like 3 layers. And need a new sheet here. And we're just doing 3 layers. Okay, and do I need to trim? Yes, I do. Just trim those off a little bit. Tear off our backings. Okay, bring our landscape back over here. And we're going to line that up against the bottom. Oops, that's crooked. Got a moment where we can readjust here, thank goodness. And that's better. Makes you want to go out on the lake there. And let me snip off these sides a little bit. Get the dimensionals off my scissors here. Work better. All right, and then our next layer is this one. And we're going to put our strips. Oh, I'm missing one here. I jumped the gun here. I didn't think that looked right. This one first. Grab our dimensional strips. We're going to put one over here. And one's going to kind of go at an angle on this one. And then two across the bottom. Oops. Like that. Place that along this bottom edge and the sides, matching them up. That's not quite right. And I didn't put that one down all the way. Let me reposition this, get it right. Well, it's still off a little bit. Well, why am I having problems here? Let me try it this way. Okay, that's better. I think I bent one of my trees down. Stand that back up. All right, and then our last one on here is this one. Okay. We'll put two across the bottom. And another one at an angle. We'll snip off that excess. Now, put it back over here and attach this to the bottom. Very pretty. All right, I'll bring our frame over here. Pop that out, pop this mat in. I'll put our picture in there. Oops, gotta put the backing in there. All right, getting ahead of myself here. Forgot the back of it. That might help. Didn't think it looked right to me. And this is number 3. Pretty sunrise or sunset. I'm not sure which one. Okay, and then we're on number 4. That's the background. Instructions. This is kind of a mountain scene. Looks like kind of cold there. Looks like snow. And this one. Bring our dimensionals over here. And we're going to put one across the top area. And then 2 rows of doubles. Forgot to mute my tablet, sounded like. And do a little snipping. Pull those off. Not doing too much chit chat today. I'm kind of concentrating on what I'm doing. So, kind of a quiet video. Okay, there's the first layer. Or I should say the second layer. And we're going to do some more mountains here. And this one is going to use just 2 rows of doubles. They give you plenty of dimensional strips, so you'll have leftovers here. Back down there. Didn't need that one. Only 4. This goes next. Oops, let's trim that edge off. Got some dimensionals peeking out there. We don't want them showing. Mess up our pretty view. And next we have this, the trees. And it looks like we just have 2 rows of doubles on that one. And one more. Snip that excess off. Put that back over here, and we'll place this down on the front, lining it up against the bottom and the 2 sides. And then our last layer, we need 2 rows here. And snip out that excess. I never did use the mini glue dots. I'm not sure what those were for. Huh. Just in case you wanted them, I guess. All right, then this is the last layer on this one. Get that lined up straight on there. Very pretty. Wow. It looks even better in person than it does on camera. Let's get our frame all set up here. And last mat over here. Pop that in there. Don't forget the backing.